If you've ever felt like all those productivity tips and habit building advice just don't work for you, well, you're not alone. Most self-improvement strategies are designed for regular day shift work, but when you're working against your natural sleep cycle, everything changes. Hello Night Owls, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Clyde and I'm a full-time night shift nurse, and I've gained more than 10 years of experience working with patients needing urgent care, but mostly with elderly patients with dementia and other mental health issues. Today, we're diving into something that could completely transform your life if you're working night shifts. Ways to adapt James Clear's atomic habit framework to the unique challenges of working night shifts. In this video, I'm breaking down how to adapt core concepts from atomic habits like the 1% improvement rule, systems over goals, and the 4 laws of behavior change to actually fit your night shift's lifestyle. Whether you're a fellow nurse, security guard, factory worker, or working through the night hours, this is for you. Let's get into it. So what is this Atomic Habit? Atomic Habits is a productivity and self-improvement book that focuses on how small incremental changes compounds over time to create remarkable results. The book argues that you don't need massive transformation to achieve your goals. Instead, tiny habits, which is what he calls the atomic habits, practiced consistently lead to significant long-term change. The book talks about core principles, and today we're going to talk about its core principles and how we can apply that one for night shifts. The power of 1% improvements. The core principle on this one is improving by 1% each day compounds to many times better after a year. Small habits compound into remarkable results over time. Example for night shifts is, instead of trying to overhaul your entire sleep routine at once, improve one small element each shift cycle. For example, week 1, you can add blackout curtains. Week 2, add white noise machine. And week 3, maybe establish a 10-minute wind-down ritual. These tiny improvements compound over months into dramatically better sleep quality. A practical way of doing it on night shifts is to measure improvements per shift cycle rather than daily. Since your energy and capacity varies wildly between work days and recovery days, some days are necessarily spent recovering from accumulated sleep deficit, not building new habits. Number 2 is focus on systems, not goals. The core principle of this one is winners and losers often have the same goals. The difference is in their systems. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, as he said. An example for night shifts is, instead of the goal of getting fit, build a system of, I'll do 15 minutes of stretching or walking during my break time. That's a good system, at least for me. The system operates on consistency without relying on willpower, whereas the goal feels out of reach when you're exhausted and depleted. You see, for night shifts, you need to build systems that fit your shift schedule, not conventional daytime schedule. For example, I will lift weights on my first day off when I have the most energy instead of I will work out every morning. Number 3 is the 4 laws of behavior change. So what are the 4 laws of behavior change? James Clear said that it is the cue, the craving, the response, and the reward. So what is the cue? The cue means to make it obvious. The core principle on this one is to use implementation, intentions, and habit stacking. This is to design your environment to make cues visible. For example, lay out your gym clothes before your shift starts so that when you come home, they're the first thing you see, making it easier to exercise before bed. An example for stacking habits for night shift is to build habits around key moments on your shift schedule. You need to identify consistent anchor points that happen every shift, then attach small habits to them. For example, before the shift, I'd say to myself, after I put on my scrubs, I do about 2 minutes of stretching. Another one is during the break time, I sit down for my break and I drink a glass of water first. Then after the shift, as soon as I get into my car, I put on a blue light blocking glasses. And then for me to wind down, after I change out my clothes to my nighties, I do my 10 minutes decompression routine. Whether that would be listening to a podcast or a white noise, whatever. These shift-specific habits are more reliable than time-based habits because your schedule varies. The sequence of your routine stays consistent even when your clock time changes. The second law is the cravings, which is to make it attractive. It's the second of the 4 laws of behavior change from James Clear's Atomic Habits. This principle states that you should pair habits with something enjoyable, which he calls temptation bundling, or join environments where your desired behavior is the norm, making you actually want to perform the habit. In context of night shifts, for example, is after your shift, pair your habit of decompression with something enjoyable. For example, listen to your favorite podcast while you're winding down. This way, you'll actually look forward to that specific time of your day. Response is to make it easy, is the third of the 4 laws of behavior change in James Clear's Atomic Habit. This principle focuses on reducing friction and barriers to perform a habit by simplifying the action, using the 2-minute rule to scale habits down to their simplest form and automating good behaviors whenever possible. In context for night shifts, for example, we pre-pack our shift meals the day before you go to work. So when you're exhausted in the middle of the night, healthy food is easy to grab and go rather than requiring decisions. Because night shift lifestyle is different. What's easy for day workers requires triple the executive function when you're sleep deprived and working against your circadian rhythm, which is your sleep cycle. You see, there are unique challenges with 2-minute rules for us night shift workers because it says if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. It's not possible during patient care or when you're in the middle of your shift. Cognitive overload is too high to add quick habits. Alternative for that one is batch your 2-minute habits during low demand periods before your shift starts usually or during your early shift hours. For example, the first 2 to 3 hours of your night shifts tend to be calmer before peak activity hits. You need to use this time for tiny wins like organizing your workspace, doing breathing exercises, or drinking your planned water intake. Last one is the reward. Make it satisfying is the last of the 4 laws of behavior change in James Clear's Atomic Habits. This principle emphasizes using immediate reward to reinforce behaviors, tracking your habits to create visual proof of progress, and following the never miss twice rule to maintain momentum even after occasional slip-ups. For example, track your habits by shift blocking rather than daily check boxes. Celebrate completing 3 shifts with proper meal timing instead of forcing yourself to check boxes at random times in the middle of your shift. Adapt the never miss twice rule by giving yourself permission to skip habits on recovery days without guilt. Never miss twice in shift cycle honors your body's need to true rest. Missing a habit on your first recovery day is sometimes necessary for survival, not failure. Now we're going to go on to the identity-based habits. The core principle on this one is focus on who you want to become, not you want to achieve. Every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. For example, instead of I'm someone who wants to wake up early, reframe as I'm someone who honors my body's recovery needs. Instead of I'm disciplined about daily habits, reframe as I'm someone who thinks in shift cycles and plans strategically across work blocks. The key is shifting from conventional productivity identities to one that honors reality. For night shifts, it is hard to build identity around habits when your timing is stigmatized. Society sees sleeping during the day as lazy, not recovery, creating identity conflict between wanting to be productive while needing to protect sleep. So alternatively, you need to build identity around shift-compatible behaviors. For example, I'm the type of person who protects my sleep boundaries, or I'm someone who eats within my shift-aligned window. Next one is the plateau of latent potential. The principle on this one is habits often don't seem to make difference until you cross a critical threshold. Results lag behind effort. Breakthrough moments are often the result of many previous actions building up potential. For example, you might protect your sleep schedule for weeks without feeling drastically different, but suddenly, after crossing a threshold, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, you notice you're recovering faster between shifts, thinking more clearly, and feeling less irritable. The effort was building the whole time. Night shift reality, progress is even less linear because you're working against your societal rhythms. Trust that protecting your sleep windows and maintaining shift-specific routines is building potential, even when the results aren't immediately visible. So, the key takeaway is to apply the core principles by adapting timing, triggers, and expectations to your shift lifestyle. Success comes from system designs for your schedule, not forcing day workers' habits into night shift routine. Small changes appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold, but night shift workers must measure progress in shift cycles, not daily increments. I hope you found value in this video, and if it did, please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you, and see you on the next one.